What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about 6 ways that the narcissistic mother-in-law is jealous of their son's partner. Now, I know I'm going to have to kind of chop down that title because it's kind of long, but y'all will get it in the commentary. So I want to talk about these old narc mothers again, and just things about them that stands out that is so toxic. You know, it just makes you feel sorry for your partner, even though sometimes they may portray just a little bit of narcissistic character. But what you don't want to do is be impatient and just easily give up on your partner because you know you met them that way. So now you have to decide, especially if you've fallen in love with this person, it's more to them than those traits that might seep out sometime. It's more to them than just that alone. And you know, that kind of makes you want to, hang in there with them and work it out and help them to understand what's been going on in their life, And that's if the spirit leads you to do that. Because I don't want nobody to be like, well, I don't want to be. Why should I have to teach him how to love and be his life therapist? That's not what I signed up for, If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. I'm not telling anybody what they should do. I'm just giving you a little advice based off what I would do and what I'm going to do. Because I feel like it's worth it with the person who I'm with. And yes, it is clear, it is very obvious that they have a narcissistic mother. Alright, y'all, I'm back. I had to stop a minute and do something. Because y'all know I'm at work. And I'm sorry if I might be stopping to give me a bite to eat because I am starving. But I had a good birthday yesterday. They took me out to eat at one of my favorite places called Golden Corral. And I really enjoyed the baked fish. That was like the favorite out of everything on the buffet. We had the all-you-can-eat buffet. I'm really not hard to please when it comes to treating me to something. I'm just not. I don't have to go to the gourmet restaurants and stuff like that. Because it's all about the thought that counts. I mean, even though, you kind of expect your boyfriend to take you out to eat on your birthday. But I enjoyed myself. And thank y'all again for the birthday wishes. But back to this video. I want to talk about 6 things that narcissistic mother-in-laws do, to show you that they are jealous. I'm trying to see how I'm going to title this video. Okay, 6 things narcissistic mother-in-laws do when they are jealous of their son's partner. I'm going to have to chop that title down. But anyway. So, number 1 is, and I wrote my notes down. Number 1, they overly criticize their sons and manipulate them into believing that they should take care of them. And that's something that you're going to notice from the start. When you first meet the mother-in-law, they may be hesitant to give you a warm welcome because first they got to size you up and check you up and down to see if you a good fit for him, if you're a good fit for him, if you look like you good supply for the son, then you good supply for them. So they're not very nice people. They're really assholes. Some of them make straight up, come straight out the gate being an asshole to you when you introduce yourself to them. If they even introduce themselves, they may criticize the way their son presents you to them. It's just always a problem. They complain about everything. And you'll notice that when you first meet the mother-in-law or the future mother-in-law. She's not my mother-in-law because we are not married. I'm just calling it that. Y'all know. So that happens. They overly criticize them and manipulate them into believing that they should take care of them. So the first thing they do is, well, I'm going to give y'all an example. When I first met her, she was pulling up to her house, and we pulled up behind her. We got out of the car. We walked up to the car. He opened the car door for her, and she just sat there. Because he had already called and told her that we were on our way there after we left a parade. So he can meet me for the first time. She just sat in the car. She looked up and down at me. It wasn't a warm welcome at all. That's what they do. And then she just started, she didn't say, well, hey, Felicia, nice to meet you. First, she started to talk to him about something else that she had just finished doing. I just came from the plant nursery and blah, blah, blah. And then she talked about other things that she had did that morning when she woke up. Then she said, well, what's your name again? Okay. Well, my name is such and such. Nice to meet you. She got out the car, and then she said, well, y'all wait a minute. Let me get on in the house. Like, let me go in my house first. Any other person would be like, go ahead, come on in. I don't always feel like I have to go before you. But that's how narcissists is. They got to lead the way, got to be the leader. They got to stand out in every single way possible. And then they lay guilt on their sons by criticizing them, and just complaining on having their own life. So I've heard that you went in, you went out of town, you went here, you went to a winery, you did this, you did that, you went on a vacation, you didn't let me know because I really needed you to take care of such and such for me before you left out of town. Well, you're not obligated to do those things. You could have found another way to got that stuff taken care of. They just love to make those guys think that, they love to make their sons think that, you should make them the top priority. That's number 3. Making them the top priority is number 1 on the list, first and foremost. Number 4 is they make dating for their sons difficult, as they expect them to choose between partners and putting them first, and that's at all times. Let me backtrack right quick because I don't want to confuse y'all. Number 1, they overly criticize their sons and manipulate them into believing that they should take care of them. Number 2, they lay guilt on their sons by criticizing them for complaining or having their own life. Number 3 is they make them believe that they should be their top priority. Mom should be your top priority, not your personal life, not whatever you got going on today. I don't care what's on your agenda. I should have come first. I come before God. When you wake up in the morning, you give thanks that your mother brought you into this world. That's how narc mothers think. They have that kind of ego. Number 4, narc mothers, they make dating difficult for their sons as they expect them to choose between their partners and to put them first at all times. And then now it's number 5. When the sons choose their partners over the narc mothers, the narc mother will do either one or both. What they will do is give them the silent treatment. They do that out of jealousy and as a form of punishment and control. Because by doing that, they expect their sons to be obedient. Y'all know how any narcissist operate. When they use the silent treatment, they do it to hurt you, to teach you a lesson, to punish you, and most of all, to control you. If I can get them to respond to the silent treatment, I'm kind of controlling what I expect from them, what they should have given me in the first place. It's total control over them. And when they go about doing things their way and go outside of what I expect, I'm going to show them. I'm just going to get quiet on them. So that's what narc mothers do to their sons. They want them to choose between their partners and them. And they shouldn't have to. Or they'll find ways to sabotage their son's relationship you know, with intentions of coming in between them using the smear campaign. Y'all, I'm looking that way because I'm watching for the camp that's going to be coming in and out. So when they use the smear campaign, they do it like this. They try to get close to that the future daughter-in-law or whatever, to speak against their own son. And they do the same thing with their son, who may be the scapegoat, who probably is the scapegoat, against the other siblings. I talked about this before. What they're going to do is just work down the line with each and every child, grown adults, and smear one to the other. And then they go to the next and do the same thing, and go to the next and do the same. But when they do it to the one who you're dating, it's like they doing it to the partner now. Now I got a new one I can add on to the smear campaign, which not going to happen. Because, of course, his partner is not going to pick the mother-in-law over him. But she tried it. She's going to try it. She's going to feel like it's worth a try, because they used to get in their way like that when it comes to the smear campaign. But when you show them otherwise, this is how it turns out. If that doesn't work, this is number 6. They'll want the son to choose. They're giving them the final warning. You're going to choose me or lose me. And that's like a very harsh and just cold-hearted thing to do to your own child. You should be happy when your children has found someone who's making them happy. You should be happy. But they don't think that way. Their happiness for your partner, for their son's partners, is, ooh, good. What can I benefit off them? Good supply. Yeah, what I'm going to get. And that's what she was looking at. So I'm going to give y'all the quick rundown again. And 6 signs that the narc mother-in-law is jealous of you. They overly criticize their sons, manipulate them into believing they should take care of them. Number 2, they lay guilt on their sons by criticizing them for complaining or having their own life, making them believe that they should make them a top priority. That's number 3. Number 4 is narc mothers make dating difficult for their sons, as they expect them to choose between their partners and put them first at all times. Number 5 is when the sons choose their partners over the mothers, the narc mothers will do one of both things: give them silent treatment out of jealousy as a form of punishment and control. Expect them to be obedient. If not, they will find ways to sabotage their relationship by coming to the daughter-in-law and forming a smear campaign against their own son. So now this son is not so perfect anymore to them. That son that was once so perfect coming up as a child is now like the worst thing possible in God's creation. It's sad. So now you're seeing this son go from being, I can't do no wrong, I gotta constantly please mom, to, oh, I'm such a loser, I'm not deserving of great things in my life. I'm not deserving of, having the love of my life. I'm not deserving of experiencing happiness and joy. Because now she's chopping them down. You're not perfect enough. You can't do nothing good enough. And that's what they do. And number 6 is, if none of that stuff works, they want the son as a final warning. You're going to choose me or lose me as a mother. When they see that they couldn't get to his partner to smear him. So that's the 6 things that narc mother-in-laws do to show you they're jealous of their son's partners. Now I want to talk about how sometimes the son will make a connection with his partner kind of difficult, based on how his mother has conditioned his mind to believe that he's not worthy of her. And she do that like this, while at the same time telling him that she's the wrong person for her son. So she playing both sides. I got a delivery coming, y'all. I'm coming right back. Okay, y'all. So I'm back. Um, I think where I left off at is that sometimes the son will make his connection with his partner difficult based off how his mother has conditioned his mind to believe that he's not worthy of his partner, while at the same time she's telling him that she is wrong for you. So again, the mother plays both sides with her son and her son's partner, because it's all a part of that divide and conquer. And it's crazy how all of them operate the same way, no matter the situation. It doesn't matter, they all operate the same way. And what happens is she had bad intentions. I mean, she tells the son that the partner has bad intentions, in ways like, well, she's just out for what she can get out of you. She's probably all about your money. And that's how she kind of messes with his self-esteem, which takes it back to breaking him down, and just looking at him in a way to where he is not worthy of something good. But even if she don't really believe that, she want him to believe it. That's her whole way of staying ahead of this mind game and manipulation that she planted inside of him already. And it makes it hard for him to have and keep a close connection unless he shows that he wants it. But sometimes he tells himself, I just don't deserve this. She'll even make him think sometimes that he's too good for the partner. When things are just not going her way, she can run behind the partner at times to smear the son. And when she sees that the partner has picked up on that and like, you're not my type of hype, you're not my type of person to deal with, she gonna go to the son and tell the son he's too good for the partner. So now this confuses him, and he don't know what to believe. He want to believe his mama because he's always believed his mom. She has always been in his ear planting the same toxic thoughts since a child. So, it's going to always be there until someone comes along and help him think better and point out things about himself that he should pay attention to and stuff like that. And just remind him that you deserve love. You deserve self-love. Love yourself first. You got to love yourself first before you love anybody else. That's going to be something hard, to work him up to. It's going to be hard for him to get there. But you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? Do you love him enough to say, it's worth it? So to close this out, the worst case scenario is that he turns out to be a narc or portray narc traits, which a lot of us, we all have the ability to seem a little narcissistic at times, like with the entitlement. That's why when I speak on entitlement for now, I want to make sure that I be specific. Because all of us, we all have a right to feel entitled about something. But it's the way that we feel entitled. It's the way that we act out about it. And how we go about, going for what we feel we deserve to have. Like respect. Not respect in a way as when I walk into a restaurant, there's a long line. I expect to be moved to the front of the line because it's me. And that's the only reason. Not that type of sense of entitlement with that grandiosity mindset. Not that way. So, but it's up to you to decide if it's worth sticking it out with him and being with this person and just loving him and helping him to heal. If you're going to be that person in his life, you know. And it is going to take a lot of patience. And like I was telling him, I was like, look, it's okay for you to confront certain things when you just feel the urge to say something. You don't have to hold nothing in. Question everything that's going on. Everything that she has told you. You have the right to question it. You have the right to confront it. You know, I know it's certain ways you got to confront your mother, but you have the right to do so. You have the right to question things. You have the right to be, you know, you have your you know, you have the right to choose what you want. Don't let no one tell you what you don't deserve. You gotta let go of that guilt, because you haven't done nothing wrong. They'll make you think, you know, they abandon you at certain times. I know this video kind of all over the place, but I hope somebody really could receive this though. They will make you think that, let me see how to put it, because I know what I'm talking about. A narc mother, they're known to abandon their sons at certain times of their life. And it's like they're going to constantly have that guilt inside of them, but they don't want to express guilt for self. They want to put it on the child. So say for instance, I had to give you up for a while because things had got so hard, but you got to understand your mother did the best that she can. You cannot be mad at me for that. And it's like, I had to tell him, do you know you, and I know I'm saying a little bit too much that I really want to, you have the right to be mad or vent and hurt and cry about that. You don't have to hold that in. Yeah, you have the right to express your pain from your childhood memories and things that you went through coming up as a teenager and up into manhood, and the frustration of, you know, my mom, when I started working, do you know she would come on my job and tell the people that I'm not capable and responsible to just receive my own paycheck every Friday. And she would take my money. And it was just like, yeah, I'm telling you, it's just so much that narc mothers would do. That's all I'm going to say. They really mess these men's head up. And when they go into a relationship with someone, it's like that partner, they're going to start to pick up on that. But if you're that type of partner that love that man enough to want to be with him, you got to have that patience to know that he got to work on himself in order for y'all to have a good, healthy relationship. Because you're going to see things seep out of him at times that's going to make it difficult even for y'all. It's going to sometimes make you think, damn, is he a damn narc? You know, and that's the last thing you want, is to have a narc partner, you know, that was made from the narc mother, from having a narc mother. So once you're able to help him and show him these things about himself, you can have a better relationship. But you have to have patience. And you got to know that that is what God put you there for. You know, you got to know if that's for you to do. You going to know it. The Spirit going to tell you. You're going to know. There's not going to be no confusion about it. It's just going to come easy. It comes from the heart. So you're going to know. You know. And you're going to want to help him heal. Again, if that's what God has chosen you for that person's life, you're going to want to help him heal. And it's worth it. Every bit of it is worth it. It's worth going through the ups and downs with them. It's worth going through the stages of not really knowing where y'all at. It's going to be worth it. Because they're going to have some hot and cold moments. But you got to bring them back. You got to bring them back, slow them down, and remind them, you know, that you have a lot of healing. You have a lot of healing to go through because you went through a lot. This is not who you want to be. This is not how you want to feel. You're feeling like this because, you know, it helps people. to recognize those things about themselves. You know, it really does. But those are the 6 ways that narcs mothers are jealous of their sons' partners. And those are just some things at the end to point out, what to kind of expect from your partner, from your male partner. And things that you can do, just giving a little advice on what to do, helping him out in a relationship. So y'all can be straight and get married and live happily ever after. And don't worry about the narc mother-in-law, because they ain't going to never change. So don't hold your breath, because they ain't going to never change. And another thing I want to point out is that it's going to be times, because I even feel that way. I'm not going to act like I'm just so on all this and got narcissistic abuse down to a science to where I don't feel a certain way at times, because I do. Like, I'm bracing myself for going back to work and hoping a narc don't come back there, but it ain't just his other ones. They're in the world. You're going to come into contact with narcissists. You just got to face the fact that it's going to happen. You just got to know how to deal with it. You got to brace yourself for that. But I also want to speak on how yesterday was my birthday, and it's just like he had to keep that away from her. It's like now he have to keep what we got going on strictly between us, to where she don't know. She could know a little bit, but not too much as far as what he's doing for Felicia. Because now it's like, we've been good, we've been peaceful, we've been straight, it's been copacetic. Everything is good. When it's good with my mom. And when it's not, I just don't like that feeling. And I sympathize with him because of that. Well, I have a lot of empathy because I really feel it. That's just a thing about me, that when a person hurt, I feel it. And not just because we together. It can be anybody. I feel people's hurt. And sometimes I don't like it. It's overwhelming. And I'm not saying it in a selfish way. I've told y'all that before. Sometimes it's just a lot. Because you got to deal not only with yourself and your own emotions, but other people's as well. You can't help but feel it. And I guess when I can't do nothing about it, it makes me frustrated. But anyway, it was just like he let me know it in a way where he didn't have to say it. Sometimes, when you and your partner gonna get to a place to where you know each other's language, you don't have to say a word. You can just pick up on it. They could say a few things and you could, just finish the rest of it. You already know what it is. And so it was just like, he was like, let me call and check on her, because she had been sick or something. Let me call and check on her. I say, oh, okay. You're going to tell her we just come back from out, eating out for my birthday. Tell her I say hello. I hope she feel better. That's all I said. He said, oh, okay. But at the same time, I knew that he was like, I don't think I want to do that. I already knew that. So when we talked back later last night, he was like, I just told her that me and you, we talked a little earlier. And I'm like, we talked. We're in a whole relationship for a whole year now. And it's like you got to tiptoe around and, just kind of like say certain little things. Pick out the right words. You got to be very, very, very careful of what you say to her about your personal life. A grown-ass man well up in his 40s. You got to be careful on how you express your love and emotions and happiness for somebody. Because you scared. Now that should tell you that you just, it's just something that it's not going to change with your mom. So you might as well just tell her how you feel and what you're going through. By you not dealing with your mom, you're not hearing from her, what could that do to you? That's not, it may hurt your feelings, of course. Because that's your mama. But she can't do nothing as far as taking from you. She can't throw things at you anymore and threaten you to get out of her house. and I'm locking my doors this time of night, and you better not come back here. She just don't have that control no more. So what could she do? Just let her get mad. Let her get mad. Let her feel how she gonna feel. Because you know what you have with me. So why should you want to keep that a secret? That's something you should want to, you want to yell it out to the world. So that's kind of like where we at right now. And I'm just letting y'all know that that's what people have to deal with, dealing with narc mothers and mother-in-laws. Those are some of the things that I could just point out to y'all about them. Sorry I made this video super long, but it needed to be that long. Hopefully it helps somebody to understand what they're dealing with the narc mother-in-law, or dealing with their own partner, and how their partner, how he presents you to family, to the mother. You're going to even start to see, because I see it. It's like I can't even meet the other siblings yet, that I ain't even met the sister. It's because you got to keep me a secret so that she won't feel a way about you still hanging, dealing with me. She wants you to just give her total control of how everything gonna go in your life. Of course, she damn sure can't control me. But anyway, I hope this video helps somebody. Thank y'all for watching. Leave your thoughts down below, and I will talk to you soon.